Pot Télé. C'est une télévision Internet qui va diffuser de l'information sur le cannabis et en radio et en télé. C'est une nouvelle façon de faire passer le message. Je suis à Vancouver en ce moment pour justement consolider le mouvement du Parti Marijuana, un nouveau parti politique fédéral. On va être présent aux prochaines élections. J'ai fait un mouvement semblable au Québec il y a 2 ans, le Bloc Pot. On a eu des très bons résultats. Je suis ravi de voir que tous les militants au Canada anglais, bon, il y en a beaucoup à Vancouver, puis aussi dans le reste du Canada, qui sont actifs pour la cause du cannabis. Ils sont très excités et contents du mouvement qui se fait maintenant du Parti Marijuana. C'est à peu près temps qu'il y ait une espèce d'union qui se fait de tous les militants partout au Canada. Je suis venu à plusieurs reprises dans l'Ouest pour faire des réunions. Là, on a eu notre première réunion des représentants. Ça a très bien été. On a un candidat du nouveau Parti démocratique à Victoria qui a fait le saut, qui maintenant s'est joint au Parti Marijuana. On est très contents de ça. On espère voir d'autres membres et d'autres candidats des partis principaux qui vont faire le saut et se joindre à nous. C'est un grand moment. Je pense que le Canada va jouer un rôle très important au niveau du monde par rapport à la légalisation du cannabis. On est directement à côté des États-Unis. Par contre, on est un peuple beaucoup plus sensé. On a moyen de faire des pressions politiques plus facilement. On a 1/10 de la population. Et ça risque d'être au Canada que la légalisation va se faire plus rapidement. Et ça serait un signe très important. Ce serait inévitable que les Américains n'auraient pas le choix de se réveiller et, bon, soit de fermer la frontière, nous envahir ou légaliser. J'oserais croire que c'est plus facile de légaliser que de faire les 2 premières options. Donc, contactez-nous, devenez membre, téléphonez-nous au 514-528-1768. Allez sur notre site web, partimarijuana.org. Devenez un membre, devenez un candidat, devenez un bénévole, un militant, ou si vous choisissez de faire une contribution monétaire pour finalement voir que la prohibition, on peut y mettre fin. Tous les moyens, évidemment, de participation que vous pouvez apporter, on l'apprécie et on attend de vos nouvelles. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to the Grow Show. Nice to hear our Quebec brothers joining Pot TV. And all you guys out in Quebec have been looking for Friesland. You can't get it as a pure strain. It's not available in the world. I get emails all the time. We've got it crossed with Mighty Might. It's called Mighty Might times M39. Friesland, a very full indica, real nice outdoor strain, real stony pot. Legend in Quebec. So if you're looking for Friesland, that's where that is. Got an interesting email from a guy the other day. He had a outdoor grow question. He said that he knew everything there was to know about growing outdoor, but the only thing that he couldn't quite figure out is how he was going to get his lights out into the field. So I explained to him what an electric cord was for. So if you're having to figure out how to get the lights out in your field to grow your plants, that's how you do it, is a big, long electric cord. So I really got an email like that, too. So a couple of weeks ago, I said I was going to tell you how you could dial in a strain. Now, in my opinion, dialing in a strain means trying to find out how to maximize the potential of the strain that you've got. Now, every strain does have a potential, and it can vary quite a bit, mostly having to do with this indica-sativa ratio. A lot of things have to do with that in the eventual outcome of your garden, whether it be indoor or outdoor. But indoor, we would like to get the absolute best we can out of the strain that we've chosen. So the only place that we can find the information on how to do that is to ask the plant. Now, even if you've only got one space, preferably if you've got 2 rooms, one for veg, one for flowering, but even if you've only got one space, you can do this in just one crop. So you start as many seeds as you can possibly start of that one strain, even if it's just 10, but as many as you can start. Get them growing, sex them, take the males out, and keep the females. Now, as soon as you can get a clone off the females, start cloning from them. You take these clones, and experiment with them. Root the clones off to the side under the same amount of light as you've got the mother plants, and then with one overfeed it, another one underfeed it, another one do that with water, underwater, over water, top a couple of them and see what happens, and grow them along. Some you'll want to grow for a time. If you've got a 2-room grow room where you can flower plants independently, you could take some of those clones as soon as they're rooted and flower them and see what happens to them. Then you could take one that you've vegged for a week, one for 2, flower them, see what happens to them. Now, every strain in relationship to its indica sativa combination is going to grow somewhat differently and need different things. A sativa generally is going to need a little more food, a little more water, because they grow much faster than the indicas. Temperatures, humidities, these kinds of things can be worked around, although the experimenting with them across the board is not as easy. But so when you try all these things with your strain as it's growing along, your main plants are still continuing to grow for your big harvest at the end. But once we flower all of these plants that we've started, all these little clones, they don't take up very much room in your garden. And as your mothers are growing, they're not taking up the full room yet. So these clones can take up those extra spaces. And you have to pay attention. You've got to start taking records right away. And you weed them out. You keep track of which clones came from which mothers and what you've done to it, when you've done to it, and how the plant reacted. The plant is actually talking to you. It's telling you now what it would like best to perform at its best in your room. So once you've figured that out, you flower everything out. Then with your notes and with the proof of the pipe, because it always comes down to the smoking test, you don't really know who's the best until you do that. The best grower might not necessarily be the best smoke, and on it goes. So when it comes time to test everything, now we know. Given all our records, given all of our experiments, given all the joints that we're going to smoke, we now know who's the best of the best. And that's who we're going to dedicate our whole next crop to if we're going to get clones from them, and away we go with the best of the best. And that's how you dial in a strain. So ask your plant if you got questions. A lot of people ask me, and then I just go ask another plant. So check it out. That's an interesting way to check out the best your strain has to offer, and it works. So we're keeping smoking big joints here right now. We'll be back in a minute, and thanks for joining us.